Well, what are the Browns going to do now? I kind of bailed on the recaps, but I still have been watching as much as I can stomach each Sunday. Like today, for example, I started right when the game started. I'm watching, and a few series in, I decided I would be better off just going out and mowing the lawn or something. So I went out and I mowed the backyard, picked up some walnuts, came back in, and like every time I would check in on the game, it just kept getting worse. Whether if it was turnovers or just bad throws, just horrible play calling. And I don't know anything about NFL play calling, but what I do know are when a horrible play is called, I can recognize it. Like, oh, that was not smart. That didn't go well. You know what I mean? I'm not saying I could call the plays better, but when they fail, it certainly is obvious, even to just some guy sitting at home on his chair, watching. And there's been a lot of that with the Browns over the last few years. And I don't know what they're supposed to do at this point. I mean, this season is certainly over. You can already see it in the body language. Like they're collapsing. I'd say they are this close to like a total implosion where they're not even capable of winning another game. I mean, and it's certainly time. I mean, I know Kevin Stefanski at times has shown that he's a good coach, but more often than not, I just think he's just trying too hard to outsmart the other guy. He's just like, he thinks this is chess and he is trying to stay 5 and 6 moves ahead when really you just got to focus on the basic fundamental stuff. And they can't. And I don't know. I mean, they got Njoku back. Again, another guy. And have you noticed how everybody on their team that has any talent at all really came from the previous regime? I mean, who has Andrew Barry brought in that is like a real solid performer on the team? I mean, Willis, the offensive tackle, when healthy, is okay. I mean, but look at some of the other offensive linemen he's drafted. And I know sometimes injuries don't help you. Maybe Amari Cooper was his, I suppose, but Judy now. I mean, well, what a waste! What a waste! Let's not get into all that. It doesn't matter. But I just think it's certainly time, if not to start questioning Kevin Stefanski. I mean, certainly Andrew Barry. I mean, what has he done really? I don't know. I mean, Miles Garrett, Denzel Ward, although then those guys are getting older now. You can see Miles is just not, it's hard for him to be 100%. Same thing with Denzel Ward. They still don't have a quarterback. The offensive line is falling apart. Callahan's gone. Their window was to, basically the 2020 season through last year, maybe even 2019. Like they had a talented team. They had a good enough defense. They had some weapons on offense. They had an offensive line. They had Miles. They had Denzel Ward. They had the ingredients to be a winning team, and they could just never put it together. And now that window is closed. It's not. They were not in a situation where they were going to be good for a decade, but they were in a situation where they could be good for about 3 or 4 years. And now it is all kind of come crashing down, and they're going to have nothing to show for it. A couple of playoff appearances that were nothing. And yeah, I don't really care about playoff appearances. I guess that's nice or whatever, but so I don't know. I don't know if they'll win another game. Curious to see what other people think. I feel like the last time I made a video, people were sort of like, oh, it's only one game. Nah, come on, man. This was going back to last season. I think last season people were like, oh, come on. You're too negative. You might have a point there, but doesn't mean I'm wrong about the Browns. All right, guys. Ladies, bunch of chicks watching my Browns videos. Guys, boom, we're out of here. What are they gonna do? I mean, are they gonna bench Watson? It's too late now. They're 1-4. The season's over. It doesn't really matter now. Good luck and good bowling.